Hi, my name is Susie Tanner, and I'm the founder and director of Theater Workers Project. We're really excited to see you all here and to share this, what I think you're going to find quite moving and amazing artistic endeavor. This is our second collaboration with Project Rebound, and I wanted to give a huge thank you and shout out to Summer Brantner and Jeff Stein. And all of the Project Rebound community. Theater Workers Project does many different things, including doing a program at California State Prison in Lancaster, and that's how we knew about Project Rebound. And I've wanted to collaborate with this community for a long time, and luckily, here we are. So, tonight you're going to see a performance piece that was created by a whole team of artists. The participants, the actor-writers, the Theater Workers Project artistic staff. It was a team effort from the very, very beginning. One of our participants unfortunately fell ill and could not join us. So tonight, our movement director, Estela Garcia, will be honoring the words of Andy, and I don't want to mispronounce his last name. Trong? Andy Trong. And we are thinking of Andy. He's in our hearts and our prayers, and this performance is dedicated to him this evening. I'm going to remind you, please, turn off your cell phones. Do not take them out and snap a picture of your loved one, because this performance is being videotaped, and we don't want to interfere with the filming by having little flashes. And besides, if you have your phone up and someone's sitting behind you, it's kind of distracting, all right? So please, you can take pictures after the show. Feel free to gather around with your loved ones and your friends and family, but not during the show. So please turn your phones off. We are going to have a second act discussion with all of you immediately following the performance. And the performance runs about 30 minutes. We encourage you to stay, because that is really, when we say second act discussion, it is part of the performance. It'll be an opportunity for you to reflect about what you've seen and to speak. Perhaps you want to say something that has affected you. You want to share a story of your own. Theater Workers Project believes that everybody has a story to tell, and everybody has a creative soul and a creative spirit. So in that spirit, we encourage you to stay for the second act discussion. I think that's it. Am I forgetting anything? I don't think so. And now it is my honor to present Born of Chaos. Enjoy.
Chinese, impatient, angry, threatening, freak, loud, lazy, stutter, pushy, selfish, mean, thief, criminal, gangster, useless, violent, mad, scary, threatening, cynical, unstable, crazy, fake, hustling, idle, neglectful, shallow, stubborn, petty, underachiever, undependable, damaged,
Time!
vindictive,
Maika!
Buck!
Mama!
Playtime!
Father God!
Papa!
Padre!
Doris Rose Ross!
Carmelita!
Henrietta Meek Ziegler.
Ha! Ha!
A day of stress puts me on edge. Before I dare,
You have always been my rock, my strength, my everything.
Jamaika, in my darkest hour, it is you who I talk to, hoping to hear your voice in eternity.
born out of chaos like countless others,
I'm an immigrant that arrived in the United States to escape communism in Vietnam.
chaos brought me to this world. Probably chaos will take me from it.
I was born out of hate in a small town in El Salvador.
I come from a refugee camp. My family escaped, fled the bloody concentration camp and the genocide in Cambodia.
Fled communism reign in the year 1975 with the hostile takeover of my land.
Alien language, alien faces, doors and windows closed and locked.
Abuse, abandonment, neglect.
A dark and dreary night, a single out looting for another poor soul to join his lonely gang. A young couple escaped their country. The only objective, survival.
Father, Black and Indigenous. Mother, Latina and Indigenous. Yuma, Arizona, hot as hell.
My parents was forced into marriage by the Khmer Rouge regime. As it wasn't for that, my mom tells me I might not even exist.
I'm doing the best I can.
I've always tried to keep some sunshine and joy where emptiness lived.
When the question of legacy or ancestry comes up, I can't help but feel robbed and cheated.
Memories of me and my baby brother in a Catholic orphanage in Detroit.
I don't have any idea of my family beyond the previous generation, and that sucks.
I never knew my mother. I still carry that empty spot in my heart.
I was a lost kid.
Selfish, lonely, and confused.
Done things I'm not proud of.
I can't. I won't lie. I let myself down.
Time!
Mamaika,
Buck!
Mama,
Playtime!
Father God!
Pawpaw,
Madre!
Doris Rose Ross!
Carmelita!
Henrietta Meek Ziegler.
Which time am I in?
A place I've never been.
Who's the President of America?
A place I never remembered.
What year is it?
I have to struggle to get to where I am now.
Supposedly, my ancestors carried women over their shoulders into dark caves and wrestled with saber-toothed tigers.
Forced out of their country.
They stared into fire to calm their nerves.
Once upon a time, the same fate fell upon me. I was thrown in jail for more than half my life.
Time never stands still, and neither did technology.
Following the same fate as my parents, stuck in a concentration camp.
A day of stressors puts me on edge, the sound of a roaring metro bus or the whooshing of students passing car.
Where all they see is death and violence.
This place is cramped as hell and reminds me of prison.
We were six siblings, all boys in one bedroom house in Stockton, California. There was one TV with a rules about the remote. Whoever wakes up earliest and touches the remote gets to control the TV for the rest of the day. I was very competitive, and I always woke up early to run downstairs to touch that remote.
The crackle of fire in the stove, hot burning embers, glowing warm in the night.
Now, I don't gaze at a flame to calm myself. I play the video games that I hold dear. Apex Legends Mobile and Duel Links.
Very competitive and never boring.
With their flashy lights and soothing glow,
I miss those days.
I feel my anxiety and hours melt as the hours do.
I miss my brothers.
No time for sleep tonight.
I wish I could go back.
Time never stands still. It never did.
My grandmother, M. Doris Rose Ross, shaped my entire life.
Childhood was the best. Mother's love was the most beautiful thing.
A single black mother of four.
Baking sweet bread in the evening, we would eat before bed. A warm cup of milk and her freshly made café de la olla. Madre would talk to me about stories.
She is the golden rose bush that grew not only through concrete, but within a disdain, a bed of unyielding racism that was Los Angeles in the 1960s. She instilled a love of learning and a knack for problem solving, a wondrous super strength she imbued in her family can not only move mountains, but also reshape minds, open hearts, and love unconditionally.
Fire crackles in the stove that glows from dawn to dusk, heating the entire house from within, keeping the family safe. Like my great-grandmother, who was the heart of the engine, burning bright and warm, that kept my family together with food of comfort and such grace.
My guardian angel.
Music kept me sane.
I was born out of diversity.
I've been in dark moments.
Two similar families, yet so different at the same time.
My father is black and indigenous. My mother is Latina and indigenous. Both sides have some European due to white slave ownership in the dirty South/US and Spaniard conquistadors in Central America/Mexico.
My father's family pushed all of us to be united no matter what. My mother's family was and still is a tornado of utter chaos, destruction, envy, and hate.
I always felt unworthy of not having a mother like other kids did.
In Tucson, Arizona, hot and dry, my mom was working as a motel maid there, away from her and my father's family in Yuma, Arizona. She didn't expect me until April, but surprise, surprise, I got out early.
Survival mode at a young age.
My sister and I went from my abuelitas to mamaica's house, spoiled by our uncles, cousins, and our abuelas, all around Central America and Mexico with my mother's mom. She would sell fruits and
vegetables to the other businesses. Mama Ica would take us to look for silk floss trees. We'd go in the woods, back deep of the woods to gather the fruit. Then we'd take it home to be dried, cleaned, and fluffed. The holidays were the best. A week in one pueblo and the next week at the other.
A few good times I barely remember.
My mom skipped town because both my grandmothers wanted custody of me and my sister due to her unfit mother tendencies.
This is your new home. Welcome to Long Beach, California, said my dad. I stepped out of the car and looked out, mesmerized. It was my first time seeing the ocean. The vast, immense body of water was scary looking, yet the most beautiful thing I've ever saw.
Corn. My forefathers and mothers were all built on corn. Dishes from my Afro and Latinx sides fill me with pride. Gorditas and Johnny cakes, esquites and grits, tamales and hot water bread. You decide which culture they herald from.
If I jump down all that I miss and love, I'll need another day or two.
You have always been my rock, my strength, my everything.
My mom Linda is my rock, my foundation. Through thick and thin, she never faltered.
My grandmother taught resilience. My father gave me strength.
Her selflessness overpowered my selfishness.
Catherine gave loyalty, and Summer gave me everything.
Family remains a mystery.
Her good overwhelmed my evil. Her kindness crumbled my cruelty. Her love for me turned my heart of stone into flesh, like she gave birth to me all over again.
My everything.
My late father Bach supports me both in life and in death.
My rock.
During some of the most traumatic, ugly, and shameful times, Summer has been there for me no matter what, without an ounce of judgment.
I have been able to overcome every obstacle.
More supportive than anyone is me. I taught myself one lesson, and it has taken me years, through a lot of doubt and fear and self-loathing, to train myself how to learn to love myself.
Me, supporting me.
My rock. My strength.
He kept me close to his thoughts and made sure that I never went to sleep on an empty stomach.
No longer a circle, but one straight line, holding itself down, elevating itself for itself and by itself.
Show me that success is failure turned inside out.
My ex-daughter Jojo, my ex-son Jesse, my ex-sister Myra, and lastly my ex-mother Flor. Sure had me fooled.
I do remember as a child crossing paths with teachers, matrons in juvenile hall, house mothers in boarding schools. These amazing people gave me hope, listened to me, mentored me, and lifted up my self-esteem, my self-worth, and showed me love and compassion.
Each of us carries a piece of our family history of unique and hidden significance. I had a small and simple broken key to my grandma's house in Mexico City, made out of heavy metal. My mom had to go to my grandma for the key before I was born. My strong-willed grandmother asked why she would need it if the door had 2 locks and the key was broken. My mom said it was a symbolic thing. When I was born, I got it. I feel the weight of the key in my hand. It is very important.
Laughter was his strength.
In times of doubt, I see your face.
When my heart gets heavy, memories race.
The lesson you left rings truer today.
Wizard of Comfort, Time and PA.
In time of doubt, I see your face. When my heart gets heavy, memories race. The lesson lesson you left rings true today. Wisdom and comfort, time can't decay. Wisdom and comfort can't decay. In times of doubt, I see your face. Wisdom and comfort can't decay. In time of doubt, I see your face.
Time.
Mamaika.
Bach.
Mama.
Playtime.
Father God.
Papa.
Madre! Doris Rose Ross. Carmelita.
Henrietta Meeks Ziegler.
You really knew me. You know that I am a caring person.
You really knew me. You know that I'm a child of the killing field.
You understand. You know I'm friendly and giving.
And romantic.
My people are connected to the earth.
I traveled the pathway many times.
Sometimes I've been stubborn.
Mamaika, you know that once I lived as a victim, now I'm a survivor.
I have felt love the wrong way, which was gang.
Carmelita, I often wonder where I came from.
I am loyal, honest, and dependable.
Father God, you know I am patient and understanding, a man of faith.
That I come from where I never belonged.
Buck, you work hard. You know, I wonder, why can't I be like you?
Once upon a time, my life was dark and gloomy.
You know that I'm Cambodian, not Chinese.
You understand that there is now very little knowledge left in this world about my indigenous ancestors because of the massacres and colonization.
Grandma, you know that I come from neglected parents, but I decided to break the cycle with my kids.
Mama, you know that I was once a person intent on dismantling everything around me.
And I am a cat lover.
You know our government is trying to deport me.
You know I wanted to be happy.
I am grateful for each day I can get out of bed.
I am thoughtful and loyal.
You understand, I always found something to keep my spirit from being sad.
And I'm grateful.
You understand?
You understand?
Just the other day, Bach, my father, died 3 years ago. But I saw him just the other day.
But I saw him just the other day. Just the other day, my father died.
Every day I wake up and I walk past the shelf. It's there. It's been there for many years.
The garage in my aunt's backyard was cleared to make room.
It's never in the way. It doesn't bother anyone.
There, I inspected Asian artifacts, Buddhist literature, some in English, some not.
It produces a smell of sandalwood.
Singing bowls, a small shrine or altar, and an ominous tall, skinny box closed in a plastic bag. Human remains. My father, who I hadn't seen in 5 years.
My parents prayed to it. This ritual, a long tradition passing through many generations. There are plaques on the shelf. They are my ancestors. My parents pay homage to our ancestors.
Thank you for reminding me that life can be incredibly beautiful if we wanted it to be.
I was glad and sad all in one. His life flashed before my eyes.
I can see myself taking over this responsibility.
A serene calmness washed over me. I saw the checkered flag of what we call the earthly life. Death waits for us all. Inevitable, unknown.
I wake up early. I wash my face. I burn incense for my ancestors and the gods. I place fresh fruits and flowers. This shelf that has been standing tall and proud for many years. Just like my parents, I pay homage to my ancestors. Thank you for reminding me that life can be incredibly beautiful if we want it to be.
No matter how bad things may get, there's always something to be grateful for.
When I wake up in the morning, the first thing for me is to thank the man above for letting me open up my eyes to have another chance to fix all the mistakes I made in the past.
Everyday moments.
For selfless love.
When I began to change my life, the foundation you provided that was sturdy enough for even the burden I once was. I'm grateful.
Thank you for the traditions you imparted. Stay away from drugs and alcohol. Surround myself with a company of good people. And laughter is the best medicine.
Even with nobody writing me or visiting me when I was in prison, I still found a way to keep my spirit going.
Because of you, I raised my kids so that they can say, my dad raised us with love. Thank you for showing me how to become a great inspiration to my kids.
I am grateful for the struggles that made me the man of patience, empathy, and faith.
You taught and showed me unconditional love.
You always reminded me that our past does not define us.
Pathways traveled many times, worn by now, still soft and warm, inviting, reach out, open your hands.
New moon, new me.
Passion and purpose lives within me.
Quality time with those that matter most feeds my soul with love.
I sit peacefully, taking deep breaths. A bright ball of light radiates peace, love, and strength. This light brings focus. I give gratitude to the sun, the earth, the sea, and the air.
Before I dare lay my head on my pillow, I find a quiet place in my room. I take the position of my ancestors, sitting cross-legged and perfectly still. I center myself with deep, long breaths, looking to connect with Mother Earth and my ancestors' energy. I slowly enter a deep trance. I feel the release of negative energy that leaves my nervous system. A new burst of energy takes its place, and a new man emerges.
I wake up every morning so grateful for my life today.
Open the curtains, open the windows, let the fresh air in. Soak in the new moonlight. The good and bad, the good and positive whirls around my head. Scents of simmering herbs and incense fill the house, taking away the weight of unwanted, dark, evil, and negative lurking in the dark corners. I sit still on the floor and envision a shroud of protection over my children, my home, and myself, protected from all unwelcome forces.
When the moon is at its peak and the tides are crashing above the shore, stroll through the fine sand. Allow your bare feet to be enveloped by the coolness of its radiance. Smell the seawater. Breathe it in.
Be grateful and repeat as necessary.